Hi everyone, welcome to the 5 Minutes Podcast. Last Friday, I released a note on social media with a photo holding a certificate of a generative AI program that I just did. And I do that quite often, but that one I had a big surprise because I was not expecting. I received hundreds of likes and hundreds of comments, and most of the comments were, Ricardo, it's such an inspiration. Ricardo, it's so fantastic that you are doing that. And of course, I was happy, but this is not the topic I want to mention. Is that why it's a surprise for so many people that someone with, I would say, a professional career established would study? You know, there is, a bias or a mindset that young people should study. But when you reach a certain level, then you know everything. You don't need to study. You don't need to develop because you already know. And your own life can show that because you are so successful. It's not like that. And what is important is that learning is a life skill. You need to learn always. And when you get older and when you evolve professionally, this is when you have a much bigger risk of making poor decisions. And this is exactly where you should invest most of your time, concentration to know new things. And I do that since ever, and I hope I could do this forever. I spend around 10% of my time and 10% of my annual income on development. It means doing courses, going in congresses, conferences, learning, doing whatever I can to improve my ability to help my clients in my business, but also to become a better professional, to understand better what the trends are. And this is part of my work. And it must be part of everyone's work. It's not a surprise that Ricardo is behaving like a 24-year-old sharing a certificate. No, because it doesn't matter the age. We need to learn always. When I started working in project management and when I became PMP, this was 25 years ago. Many people thought, okay, you got the PMP, you are an engineer, then it's over. You don't need to do anything. You are done. You're done. Now it's your time to make money and enjoy life. It's not like that because the planet I was in 25 years ago when I became PMP is absolutely different from the world we are living today. So this is why, for example, I started learning generative AI. I was a big fan of AI since the time I was studying in my master and in my PhD. But, I need to learn. And it's not only about AI or technology. It's my question to all of you, mostly for the more senior project managers. Are you studying sustainability and how sustainability would impact your projects? Are you studying how to cope with the volatility? Are you studying new methods? Do you know what is safe? Do you know what is Scrum? Do you know what is discipline agile? Do you know what is happening? Do you know what is happening in the world today? Have you thought about studying some global movements, global economy? Try to understand and open your mind to different possibilities because change is happening everywhere. And if you don't stop and challenge yourself to learn, you don't get to any place. You will just start fading and become just a dated professional that is not cope to what is happening today in our environment. And I know many of you may say, I don't have time. Look, I don't have time either. Now it's 2:05 a.m. in a Sunday, and I'm recording this podcast. Time you make if you think it's valuable for you. And recording this podcast is valuable for me. And other people say, oh, I don't have money because now I cannot invest on that because I need to pay my bills. I have to raise my kids. And I understand that. But this course I did is free. Yeah, it's not cheap. It's free. It costs zero. It's promoted by LinkedIn and Microsoft. And there are courses from Google, from hundreds of other entities. Look, Coursera. The amount of free courses they have is just unbelievable. So there is no excuse for anyone to say, I don't want to learn. I don't have an opportunity to learn. And when things change and you get trapped because you don't know how things will evolve, you will remember what I'm saying. I want to be a professional that is updated, that knows what is happening in the market until I die. Until I feel that I have no capability to learn anything else, because there is always room for us to learn. So it should never be a surprise that someone that is above 50 is sharing with a big smile a certificate. Everyone must do that. Everyone with 50, with 60, with 70, because learning is a journey. And if you want to deliver better projects, it's better that you start learning and understanding what are the trends right now. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this podcast and see you next week with another 5 Minutes podcast.